seat. Join us.
Thank you. Thank you. What a wonderful welcome. Thank you. My gosh, how many people are here today? Fantastic. Thank you all for coming. I'm humbled, absolutely humbled. Thank you.
Well, they're all big fans of yours.
Wow, I'm blown away. Thank you again. Thank you.
Now, I have a ton of questions for you. I'm sure the audience has a ton of questions, so we'll get to as many as we can from you guys. But I just want to kick it off. I heard that you had a little mishap on the set of Princess Bride, and I just want to kick it off by finding out what exactly that was.
Sure. Well, I was a little accident prone on this movie. My first injury happened on an all-terrain vehicle, and you're probably wondering how that happened. Well, I'll explain. Andre, God bless him, being the tall giant that he was in real life, could not get to the set very easily. So production provided him with the only all-terrain vehicle in England in 1987, which was a little red three-wheeler all-terrain vehicle, which Andre loved. I mean, he would ride around on this thing even when he wasn't going to work. He was just speeding. You never saw a giant move so fast in your life. Just going right by, right? So I'm preparing to do the scene with Buttercup on the top of the hill where we fall down and I say those three words and so on, right? And I'm getting dressed and I'm putting on my mask and everything, and Andre comes up on his all-terrain vehicle and he called everybody boss, which is hilarious because, you know, he's 7 foot tall. To be calling anyone boss is hilarious from a giant. Anyway, he comes up to me and goes, "Hey, boss." I go, "Hi, Andre." He goes, "You like my toy?" Pointing to the old train vehicle, I go, "That's very nice, Andre. It looks like a lot of fun." "It is fun. You want to try it?" So being what I thought would be the professional actor at the time and not wanting to risk life or limb, I went, "Well, Andre, maybe another time." "You know you want to." Another time, Andre. Zooms away, we start to shoot the scene, we do another setup and move the camera. Andre comes back on the all-terrain. He's like, "Hey, boss." I go, "Yes, Andre." "You know you want to." This went on for hours. And, you know, not many people say no to a giant, you know what I mean? But I eventually caved because, silly as I was, I thought, sure, why not? I'll try it. I've never been on an all-terrain vehicle in my life. And there's a good reason why not. So I get on this thing. By the way, when he got off it, the thing went up another 3 feet high, right? And his bodyguard, he had a bodyguard, how about that? Like he needed a bodyguard. I said to this guy, what are you defending him from, the flu? He goes, "Oh, it's very simple, governor. It's just like a motorbike. Clutch pedal, gear, brake, on-off switch, Bob's your uncle." That should have told me something right there, right?
It should have.
I get on this thing, I put it into first gear, I lurch forward, and I didn't get further than 2 feet when I went over a rock, and I caught my big left toe between the clutch pedal and the rock, and it just snapped like that. Oh. Just like that. And I thought, great. I've just broken my toe. And we're in the first week of filming, folks. I haven't even shot the sword fighting scene yet, right? So now I'm thinking, I'm sweating. And I'm thinking, I'm gonna be fired, for sure. I mean, it's crazy. What am I gonna say to Rob Reiner? I can't sword fight with a broken toe. So now I'm like acting like it's no big deal. And the first AD runs up to me, the assistant director, and with the set nurse, because they always have a nurse on the set. And they come up to me, and they go, what happened? I go, and I pretend like it was no big deal. I go, oh, it's nothing. You know, I pretend like I was the knight in Monty Python and the Holy Grail. Oh, it's just a fish wound, it's nothing. And the set nurse goes, let's take the boot off and have a look. So they pull the boot off, and there's my toe all red and pointing in the wrong direction and everything. And she goes, ooh, it's broken. And I'm still being the black knight. I'm going, no, it's nothing at all, nothing. It's just a sprain, it's just a sprain. She goes, no, look, it's pointed in the wrong direction and everything. It's broken. And now the first aid is saying it's time to go back to work, right? So I say to the nurse, what can you do? Is there anything you can do? I gotta shoot the scene. And is there anything you can come up with? She goes, I'm a set nurse. I mean, I take care of people like if I've got something for a stomach ache, something for a headache, but I don't know, I can't mend a broken toe, you have to go to the hospital. So I said, is there anything at all, please? And she goes, well, I suppose I could make a splint. I go, great, do that. So she grabs a couple of twigs, and some tape, and she pushes the toe back, and that didn't hurt at all. And she tapes it to my other toes, and now the boot won't fit because it's all swollen, and they have to cut the boot, and what. All right, so now I've got my boot back on, I get back in the van to go up to the set to finish shooting a scene with Robin. And it's the slowest journey I've ever taken in my life. The first AD's in the back of the van with the set nurse, and I overhear the set nurse tell the first AD, she goes, I think he fell on his head as well.
Oh my gosh.
Right? I get to the set, and I say to myself, I'm gonna brave it out. I'm just gonna brazen it out, I'm gonna tell Rob it's no big deal, and hopefully it'll all just go away, which is crazy, really, right? But, I wasn't thinking straight. So I get out of the van, and I put all the pressure on that left foot and walk right up to Rob. And Rob's standing there by the monitor, and he goes, hey, Cary, how you doing? Just like that. And I'm thinking, oh, he doesn't know. Perfect. I go, fine, Rob, how are you? And he goes, I'm good. What are you doing? Like that. And then I realized he knew, right? So I go, Rob, I'm so sorry. I feel like such a twit. I was riding around on Andre's all-terrain vehicle, and then I went over a rock, and I think I may have broken my toe. Like that. And he goes, you think I don't know? I'm the director, and I know everything that happens on the set. I overheard on the walkie-talkie that Cary can't walk too good, he broke his toe. I said, I'm so sorry, Rob. Yeah, I was afraid you were gonna fire me. And he was so sweet about it. He's like, of course I'm not gonna fire you, but can you walk on it? I go, yeah. He goes, can you run? I go, well, it'll be an interpretive dance. But we'll get around to it. Anyway, thank God the toe healed by the time we finished the movie, which is, we shot the sword fight scene at the very end of the film. But if you look at the film again, you'll see me hopping in a couple of scenes. Like, when we run in out of the towards the fire swamp, and I turn to Buttercup and I say, "Your pig fiancé is too late," you'll see one of those interpretive dances right there. Pretty interesting.
That's amazing.
Crazy.
So that was all the first week of filming. I want to take you back to the first time you worked with Andre.
Okay.
The very first day you met him.
The first day with Andre was the scene on the balcony of the castle, the parapet of the castle, where we're about to storm Humperdinck's castle. And it was myself and Mandy and Andre. And so we rehearsed the scene, and you guys probably know the lines better than I do, but I think Mandy says, or Andre says, Fezzik says, how long before you think it takes effect? And Montoya says, your guess is as good as mine. And then I come to and I say, I'll fight you both together, beat you both apart, something like that, right? And Andre says, I guess not very long, like that, right? Andre didn't get to the word long when he let out the most monumental fart known to man. No. Listen, you guys, we've all accused each other of a giant fart. This was a giant fart, people. I'm not kidding. This set that we built was shaking. People were grabbing it, shaking like this. Somebody timed it. It's 22 seconds, that's a long time for a fart. Think about it, okay? People were freaking out. I think people from 5 miles away stopped what they were doing and listened. It was insane. I looked over to the sound man, and he had a headset on, and he literally lifted away from his ears like that. I swear to God, swear to God. And when he was finally done, I couldn't look at him because there was steam coming out of the top of his head. I don't know why. Between the fart that seemed to go on forever and the steam, I was like, I'm done. I can't look at him. When he was finally finished, there was a long, quiet, serious silence. Because, you know, what's great in America is when you fart here, people call you and they're like, come on, dude, please, open a window, come on. But in England, when someone farts, they all get very serious. They're like, oh gosh, looks like rain or something over here. Very weird. They all get very weird, right? So there was this really embarrassed silence after this monumental fart that could be heard in China. And finally, Rob Reiner, the director, goes, I swear to God, this is what he said. He goes, hey, Andre, you okay? Swear to God. And you know what Andre said?
What?
He goes, I am now, boss. True story.
That is amazing. That gives me meaning to